Your world is a reflection of you. What you're seeing, what you're experiencing is a reflection of you. This is Dan RadioStyle. I'm going to talk about how you can very easily start to manifest everything that you desire and start to have better success at it. See, one of the problems that many people don't realize is they sabotage themselves frequently. It's those times alone, right? When you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, I don't know if it's going to work out with so-and-so. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this interview. I don't know. I just don't seem to ever do well, right? We've got a lot of these thoughts going on inside of our heads that frequently sabotage. Maybe we're having conversations with friends and we're not being positive about the things that we are trying to accomplish in our life. Now, I will say, one of the worst things you can ever do is to talk to other people about what you're trying to manifest. One of the worst things you can actually do. If you've done it already, just stop doing it and continue to work on your manifestations. But literally, it is one of the worst things you can do for a manifestation. And the main reason is, your friends, as much as they love you, they're going to ask you questions. They're going to ask you how things are going on a regular basis. And if momentum's being had, wonderful. And it's going to help you, and you're going to be talking about how great and swell everything is. But maybe we're having a tough day. Maybe we're having a tough week. Maybe things just don't seem to be adding up. And then your friends ask, of course, how's it going? How's it going? Well, it's not going well. Right? You don't have anything really positive to say. So you find yourself forcing words out. Now, let's take a step back because these are all important things to keep in mind. But what is key is noticing what's being shown to you in life. We are with ourselves 100% of the time. 100% of the day, you are with you. Okay, you might have a person you hang out with frequently. Maybe you've got a roommate. Maybe you've got a spouse. But you are with you 100% of the time. Your spouse may be in the other room. You might be taking a shower. Your spouse might be at work, right? Your roommate may be out doing things. You are with you 100% of the time. Manifesting is all about us shaping the world we experience. And really, manifesting is nothing spectacular. It's nothing amazing. It's not. It's just the way things work. It is the rules of the universe. And if you pay attention to what you're experiencing and realize, what did I just say moments ago or yesterday or whatever, you will find that correlation. You will find how it comes together. We must be good stewards of our own thoughts, yes, but almost more importantly, we should have an idea of what we'd like to experience. What is the dream? What's something that we want? You want to constantly keep your attention on where you want to go, on what you want to experience. Now, fortunately, most of you guys are here to manifest something. Maybe you're trying to manifest a job. Maybe you're trying to manifest a specific person or just love into your life, which I recommend almost more. It's kind of a better way to go at it, but I get it. A lot of people have very specific people that they're trying to work a relationship with. When we do the work, when we do the manifestation, the techniques, when we visualize, when we see ourselves as the wish is fulfilled, and we see what it feels like, right? And we do all this great experiencing, and then you stop, and maybe you spent 10 minutes doing it, 20 minutes doing it, an hour doing it, whatever, right? You still got 23 more hours left in the day. What are you doing during that time? You see, the technique is not what does the manifestation. It doesn't. It is not some magical thing we do. The technique is not what does the manifesting. That's, for a lot of people, that's going to be shocking. But Dan, why do we have techniques then? Because the technique is meant to get your mind set in a proper place, because many of us suck at it. Many of us will find ourselves drifting easily into other thoughts. So the techniques are meant to instill positive thoughts, positive imagery, and hopefully, if done often enough, start to create sort of more of an automated response from within yourself. And that's really what does the manifesting. It is what you're doing the other 23 hours of the day that is doing your manifestation. Now, Easiest way. Okay, you're working for whatever we're going to talk about a job for a second, right? You're manifesting, trying to get a better job. Okay, you're doing the techniques, thinking about it, positive about it, gone out and got yourself some clothes for the interview, right? You're ready. You're doing everything you need to. But then what's your life showing you? Are you kind of involved? Are you filling out resumes? Are you sending your resume out? You maybe getting some callbacks? You maybe got some people that are popping up and they're like, yeah, actually they're hiring at my company right now, right? Are you seeing those kinds of things? Are you seeing opportunities pop up before your eyes? If you are, keep doing what you're doing. The world is reflecting back what you're putting out. It's showing you this is working. Continue in that vein. You're doing wonderful. If the world is reflecting something different to you, say, for example, I'm not getting callbacks. For some reason, I can't seem to find a job anywhere, having problems. And so you're seeing nothing. You're seeing lack of options. You need to go back to yourself and see what's going on. Now, a lot of times it's really as simple as the fact that we're noticing that we don't have what we seek to have. The noticing that you don't have what you're trying to create actually creates not having it. Just noticing it and paying attention to it and be like, yeah, I don't have this right now. Yeah. Then you literally are telling the universe, yeah, okay, keep it away from me. The world's showing you. You're going to find that there are times during the day that you think things that you shouldn't be thinking. You're thinking things that aren't helping. Get yourself. Pay attention to what you're thinking, saying, and doing. Manifesting is the result of us just being us. If you wish to experience better things in life, then you need to actually spend a little time working inwards, working on the inside, and improving what you currently believe, what you currently think, what you currently do. You need to improve that. So if you're seeing no opportunities coming up, start thinking about, what is it that I've been saying? How am I involved in this process? How am I holding myself back? Another example, love, right? Maybe you're trying to manifest a specific person. We'll start with the hard one. I say it's hard only because a lot of times we have, I don't want to say baggage, but there's usually something that comes along with the specific person. Either there's been a breakup. I mean, I get a lot of different people reaching out to me. Specific person ones are fun. It's one of the most common things that a lot of people are trying to do. But unfortunately, what I find is the reasoning that most people are trying to manifest somebody back into their lives or trying to manifest a specific person into their lives, oftentimes the reasoning is not really that sound. Whatever the case is, manifesting and getting into proximity with somebody is not hard. That's actually easy. That's the easy part. Manifesting proximity with somebody to give yourself a chance with them, fantastic. So one, when you're working on your techniques, when you're envisioning, when you're seeing as if the wish is fulfilled, you're emotionally connecting, you're maybe even sending out some wonderful thought transmissions. And then, are you seeing anything happen in life? Are you seeing close proximity? Are you maybe getting a text message or a text message from a friend that actually saw this individual recently and it comes up? Because again, close proximity counts. It means you're on the right track, or coincidences, one could even call them. Are you, though, bumping into them and then having problems, arguments, maybe fights? Maybe you're too shy to approach them. Maybe it's somebody you've never talked to before. So you keep manifesting proximity, but you don't do anything. And you keep trying to manifest them to do something, which is fine, but maybe you're supposed to do something. A lot of times we have to take charge of our own lives. You are the individual that's manifesting. It's you that's doing this, not the person that happens to be in the coffee shop when you show up every day or whatever, working the checkout stand at the grocery store or whatever. It's up to you to sort of engage that path with them. Now, again, are you having easy conversations, or are you finding that you constantly get frustrated? Many people are like, I'm trying to manifest him to come back to me, but he's got to do X, Y, and Z. Well, you don't want to change yourself. But really, this is your life. This is you trying to be the best version of the best person you've ever been. It's all about you improving you. not them. It's never somebody else outside of yourself that needs to change. It is 100% you that needs to change. When you point a finger at somebody, you got three coming back at you. Three fingers pointing back at you. Why? Because you're the problem, not them. So if you're not experiencing, if you're not seeing, if you're not getting to that place that you feel you should, then pay attention to the thoughts you're having. Now, again, with specific people, I've seen this happen numerous times where there is anger, where the two people were fighting all the time. And this is why the relationship broke up. Or there was major insecurities. And this is why the relationship broke up. And so you'll get back together and everything will be hunky-dory, but you'll fall back into the old patterns. And they don't like that. You can't manifest around somebody's experience of you. You can manifest somebody in front of you, but you cannot manifest how they're going to experience you. That's you being you. And when you're putting your best foot forward, when you're being your best individual, you're going to interview better for jobs. You're going to talk better to people that might be able to open doors for you. You're going to have a better chance at getting that relationship to smooth out and work through the problems so you both can be happy together. I know there's a lot of people that believe in like deterministic life, right? Where everybody is like, they literally take this, I think, way too literally. This is how it works. A lot of people are like, they're just you pushed out. That's what Goddard says. It's not quite exactly what Goddard said, exactly. And what he's referring to is projection. We project onto others what's going on inside of us. So if we've got insecurities, if we've got all sorts of other stuff, we're going to project that onto these individuals, and that just makes the relationship challenging because we're creating something on them or in them that doesn't necessarily exist. And we might very well manifest that behavior in them because we so truly believe it's true. Well, why can't we believe that in the other ways? And why can't we manifest positive changes within ourselves? We can. Just a lot of us don't want to do the work. You know, some people have said, Dan, how come, you're really good at this manifesting stuff. Why isn't your channel bigger? Key reason, one, I have a secondary channel that's very successful. It's on separate platforms. So again, I don't like to mix the two worlds because it's kind of political, and I don't like to mix politics in this channel at all. But one of the key reasons why this channel isn't as big as it could be is because, frankly, I'm not telling people what they want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear. And there's a huge difference between that. People hate that. People want to just be told, it's you pushed out. You're just not doing this. You're just X, Y, and Z. You've got to stay positive. You've got to stay focused. You got to keep working on your vision board. You got to keep working on your imagery. And they just push it back on you. And that's what you want to hear, right? Because you want to hear no matter what, everything's possible. And it is. Sometimes the answer's going to be no. But everything is possible. So here's the thing. Are you seeing the world around you? Are you liking what you see? Keep doing what you're doing. Great example for me that I use frequently, traffic signals. When everything's going smooth and my life is kind of where I want it to be, and again, have I finished manifesting? No, I've got a whole crap ton of stuff I'd like to manifest. Have I manifested some amazing stuff in my life? Big time. Big time. I'm standing in one of my most cherished manifestations that I've created. Beautiful home. And I'm very, very proud of that. But am I done? Not even close. Again, you should always have this forward look. You should always have something out there that you're going for. And I do. And when I know everything's groovy in my mind, my heart, my soul, my being, typically I see green lights everywhere. Everywhere. And then when I know I've got some stuff that's not helping, I'll suddenly start getting a bunch of red lights in a row. Just ding, 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 red light after red light after red light. And I realize what that's telling me. It means I got to look inward. Dan, what are you doing? How are you blocking yourself right now? And once I stop that, suddenly green lights begin to show. Same thing for you. You've got something that you're trying to accomplish. You're going to see increments of it. You're going to see coincidences of it. You're going to see things pop up. Maybe it's, off by a degree or two, but it's there. It's showing up. I had a great example of this, something I'm specifically trying to manifest. And a buddy of mine was hanging out over here and started talking about how he bumped into somebody that's doing and creating exactly what it is that I'm wanting to be a part of. Now, some people would look at that and go, but it didn't happen to you, Dan. And I go, yeah, it did. My buddy's talking about it. Is it my turn yet? No, but it's coming. I know it is. And some people would look at it differently. They would see a negative. Well, it didn't happen to me, so I don't do that. And you instantly go into that negative. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention to what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're doing. If you're finding that you're sliding from the place that you'd like to be, pay attention to what you're thinking, saying, and doing. Almost always, you'll find yourself saying things, thinking things, believing things that are not helping your cause. There are rare occasions where sometimes it's part of the co-creation. Sometimes you can't hit a certain avenue unless you do something else first. So again, life is not always as black and white as we want it to be. But if you're not seeing it open up before you, if you're not seeing signs that it's moving in that direction, then you need to make some adjustments internally. And then you will, within a day or less, almost immediately, when it comes to green lights, for me, it'll be immediate. When you finally figure it out and start doing it different, you will instantly start to see more positive reinforcements and continue doing that same process. If it's the techniques that help you get there, awesome. Again, the technique is not what does the manifestation. The manifestation happens from everything you think, say, and do. Everything. There is no specific time when the universe is like, oh, you're manifesting right now? Okay, I'm listening. No, it's never like that. They are listening 100% of the time. And your higher self is trying to guide you 100% of the time. Sometimes we don't do a very good job listening, and sometimes we do an amazing job listening. So pay attention to what's happening in your life. Pay attention to what you're seeing. And you will start to realize how easy course corrections are. The world is a reflection of what's going on inside of you, us pushed out. It's a reflection of what's going on inside of you, as within, so without. Pay attention, make adjustments if necessary, but appreciate the fact that no matter what, you are going to get indications that you are on the right path, the wrong path, or path. But you will get indications almost immediately. And so it's very easy to course correct. Always keep that in mind. Powerful. I'm telling you, folks, manifestation is not difficult. It was never supposed to be difficult. It is something we do without even trying. It's an issue of paying attention and making sure we're putting our foot in the right direction. And when we're doing that, your manifestations happen quickly, they happen beautifully, and you'll love the whole process significantly more. Dan Radio Style.